Hey guys, it's Zach again. So I decided today I would do a video about how I knew I was trans, or how I knew I was a boy. I'm not sure how to word that. But, yeah, I'll try to explain this to the best of my ability. Whenever I was little, I'll have to show you guys one day. I have a picture of me at maybe 6 months or a little bit older, and I'm in this blue sleeper, and I seriously look like a little baby boy. So I think ever since then, something's been up. Um, Going to my preschool, kindergarten years, um, I played with a lot of boy toys. I mean, I did have like one doll, stuffed doll thing, that I wish I still had. That was the only doll toy, or only Barbie, not even the Barbie, but it was the only baby doll that I ever cared to have. Other than that, I was all about the Legos and the video games and the G.I. Joes. Yeah, that was me. Uh, and then whenever I got into grade school, um, I know I was allowed to dress pretty much however I wanted, but I was not allowed to cut my hair or anything like that, so that you could clearly tell I was a girl, and that kind of bothered me. So I couldn't do anything about it. I didn't know what to do about it, so it just stayed the same. Um, I remember a couple of times whenever I would go to Children's Hospital to see the doctor, and if the nurse didn't know me very well or anything like that, they would look at my name on the chart and they would accidentally say Michael. Now, if you're smart, you'll know you'll know that that is the boy version of my birth name, which I will not say. So yeah, it was kind of cool to get called Michael. I thought it was really awesome. Even though I didn't particularly like the name, but it was better than my birth name. Um, the order I tried to cut my hair for the first time when I was about 8 years old, I think. Maybe, yeah, I was 8. I didn't do that good of a job. It still looked very girly, but it was shorter than what it was, which was better, which by any means is better to me. Sorry, I got sinus problems right now. Anyway, probably going towards the end of elementary, early middle school, I started to dress even more and more masculine. Um, or if I wasn't allowed to buy the boy clothes I wanted, I would somehow find a way to transform the girl clothes into something more masculine, which is possible if you know what to do. But I wasn't again allowed to cut my hair until the ninth grade, which I took full advantage of. I got an awesome haircut. It was pretty sweet. But just growing up, I always felt, I wasn't a girl. I mean, physically, yeah, maybe. I didn't know what that meant until I got older, but physically, yeah, I knew I was a girl. But mentally and in other ways, I guess I just felt like, no, I'm a boy. I'm not a girl, I'm a boy. And I think when I was little, my mom just knew, my adopted mom knew, and she just didn't care, so she was very accepting. I got a chance to do a lot of what I wanted. Yes, there were some restrictions, but that was okay. I think she just wanted me to grow up and mature and make sure I made the right decisions, which, is understanding. Um, I've been in and out of therapy and seeing psychiatrists and psychologists and stuff since I was about 10 or 11, but I never, ever told anybody about my gender identity issues, ever. I didn't start talking about that till I was about 16. And then I finally slowly started telling people, and I just started getting help for it. And right now, I don't see a therapist or anybody for my gender issues because my primary care doctor told me I basically really don't need to. She'll give me the testosterone without having to do all that. But this month, she changed her mind, which pissed me off. And she said that she wants me to start at least some type of therapy of some sort, which I don't think I need to do. I know what I need, and I need testosterone. I can't do more months or years of therapy and shit before I can get what I need. I can only handle so much before I reach my breaking point, and I'm almost there. Like, I can't keep waiting. Shit needs to happen. I think if I had been a little bit more proactive, maybe in my teens, maybe this process would have happened faster. I don't know. I will never know, but I just know right now shit needs to change. Um, I know there was one time when I was growing up, I had two little cousins, and whenever I first started coming out as trans and stuff, and I was trying to figure out a name, I was like, you know what, I'll go with Mikey for now. So two of my cousins and my whole family still call me Mikey because they were like toddlers whenever I started saying that. So they still refer to me as Mikey. That was the first name I picked. I think the second name I picked was Ryan Jacob. And that was okay, but it didn't feel right. And then the last name and final name I have picked is Zachary Joshua, which is perfect. It feels right, and it's natural, so yeah. I'm actually hoping to start the name change process. I have to call my case manager on Tuesday because tomorrow's a holiday. But I will call my case manager on Tuesday and find out what needs to be done so I can get my name legally changed for as cheap as possible. As cheap as possible. But first, I do need to come out to my case manager to do so. So that's kind of scary, but I gotta do it. Gotta do what I gotta do. Not really anything else happening. But yeah, that's pretty much how I knew I was boy. I just knew. I don't know how to explain it. Unless you're trans, this is something you don't understand unless you're trans. It's just something you know. It's not like one day you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm a boy. It's like it's always there in your mind. It's always there. It may not be prominent at first, or maybe it's prominent from the get-go, but it's different for everybody. For me, I just always knew I was meant to be a boy. I will say that I did identify as a girl for some time, in like maybe a year and a half. No, let me take that back. I did the girl thing for about 3 months in school, and I will never do that again. It was the worst 3 months of my life. I absolutely hated it, and I was still a boy, even no matter how hard I tried to be a girl. It was evident. I know growing up on TV, I used to watch. I mean, I was very diverse when I was growing up. When it came to TV, I watched a lot of different shows, but I loved watching things like Garfield and what was it? Like right now, there's a show on Cartoon Network called Ninjago. I think that's what it's called. Legos Ninjago, and it's awesome. I love that show. And I like Ben 10. Like, I liked a lot of boy shows. And when it came to movies, there wasn't very many movies I liked because they were all girly to me. Although the only real girl films that I identify with is Girl Interrupted and 13. So those two films are like pretty much the only female films that I really truly like, not identify with, but I like. I guess I never did the girl thing. I never played with Barbies. Never got into makeup. I hated makeup. I didn't understand it. I was in chorus, but I hated my voice. So I played a lot with like Legos and video games. Like my first video game was a Sega, old school Sega, I think. And then as I got older, I got different video games. And I think one of the last video game systems I had was a PlayStation 2. And that was a couple of years ago. My very first game system that was actually double it was a Game Boy Color, which I loved. I love sports. Like, I love football. Sadly, the Steelers are not going to the Super Bowl, but that's okay. We didn't even make it to the playoffs. We got a wild card game and got beat by frickin' Tebow. But anyway, yeah, I liked playing in the mud. I played in the mud a lot when I was growing up. And my mom thought that was kind of unusual, that I was playing in the mud so much. I played with bugs. I played in the dirt. I did gross things. Like, I was not a girl. I was always a boy. That's just how I was. That's how I am. But yeah, so if you have any questions, please comment below or inbox me. And yeah, please subscribe. I would love to have some more subscribers. Love more. And I'm hoping by the end of the week I will be able to show you guys my face again, because I haven't showed it in over 2 years, I think. Because my face is still badly broken out because of this weather we're having here in Pennsylvania, and because of my lovely itching syndrome thing that I've got going on. So yeah, stay tuned, and peace out, home slice.